Boom, fast forward in time. This is one chicken tractor minus the chicken wire and roofing steel and buckets and minus the chickens. But this is enough to put the outside frame together so we can get the chicken wire up on it and start making one, see how it's going to be like. We're not following a plan other than just Joel Salatin's style. We're just kind of eyeballing and guessing what is going to be strong enough. We are using pressure treated lumber for anything that's coming in contact with the ground. And then you can see we have a lot of scrap lumber here. A lot of this was for concrete forms, so it's heavier than usual stuff, but we're using that for anything that's not touching the ground. We'll see. We figured we'd make one chicken tractor, put it together, see how heavy it is, and then go from there. If it's super duper heavy, we'll change up what we're doing, but if it's manageable, we'll just times that by 3. We got, this is a separate barn now on a property that we rent. Not we, my dad rents. We're gonna fabricate it here on the ground, but this concrete is really, you can't really see it here, but those boards are the same thickness. It's just that the ground is very uneven. And so we're gonna load, this is all the stuff we need to make a one chicken tractor minus a couple boards, but we can get the sides up and the chicken wire on how we want it, but we need a level floor. So he's gonna grab Keegan's pickup. He's my brother's farm over there, and we'll take it to a level floor, because when you're trying to hammer a nail into something that's not on the ground or on something sturdy, it's a nightmare. Then everything isn't square. It makes it a real pain. So we're gonna haul most of what we need for one chicken tractor to the house garage. All right, that is chicken chores. So we've been turning the different lights on and off, more on, less on, just to control the temperature in here. You can see right now there's some underneath this lamp because I was just down on that end. They all come onto this end. But there's also, you see, some up around the corners. So that tells me that the variation in heat within the brooder is a little too much for my liking. It's been working so far. You can see I have this window open. That's where I dump the waters out every day. So it is a little colder in here. So they're going to be around these two lights more. But as the sun, this is south here, comes up and comes through these windows, it's going to heat this building up to where the temperature will be good for them. And then this has white steel on the outside, all except for this wall. It's just this plain wood on the outside, unpainted, so it's black. And so when the sun gets here, it heats up this wall and raises the temperature up in this room. And so that's usually when I come in and I unplug one of the lights so that it cools down in here. But they've grown so much. And there's one of them in here that has got a very spunky attitude. It is not afraid of me whatsoever. I was in here yesterday and I was going to grab one of the feeders, and all the chicks, scurry away except the one. And it does the, sticking its feet out and jumping at you with its wings flapping, kind of like a rooster would do. And it'll pick at your fingernail. It ain't scared at all. It ain't scared at all. It's just pretty adorable. Just glad it ain't bigger than me, because it would for sure win. We've only had 2 losses. One of them, it was acting, kind of sounds like its heart wasn't acting right. It was acting very, very lethargic, and would only get up to eat and drink if you startled it and kind of, spooked it a little, and it would get up. So we haven't even reached a 1% mortality rate yet in the first, it's almost been a week. So I'm happy with that. That means we're doing a decent job. I'm actually going to plug in another light. You see how they're grouping up pretty heavy? There's some that like it cooler near the edge of the brooder, but I think I'll plug in that light that's really high. All these lights are about 2 feet up, the ones that are on. After the first week, you can start lowering the temperature a few degrees per day. And a big reason it's cooler in here is because I have this door open, and this side is pretty cool in there, so that's coming in there. That's making it a little cooler too. But just to be safe, let's plug in that last heat lamp for these guys, and they'll be good for today. I did put some Bragg's organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar into their water. I don't know, just make like 3 or 4 glugs, not too much, into 5 gallons. And got that in the bowl.